Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Mario and Luigi Partners in Time. I am Shouty Productions, and in the last episode we defeated Mrs. Thwomp and hopped right into the volcano. And I have to say, that is probably the most intense, one of the most intense things, or intense sounding things any person could ever do. Just like jumping into a volcano. It just sounds so damn hardcore, I don't know. Too bad it's really not very practical to jump into a volcano. There's nothing really to gain by jumping into a volcano, and more than likely you're gonna die. So I don't recommend or endorse jumping into volcanoes. I'm just saying, it sounds pretty awesome. Even if you didn't jump into a volcano, if you tell someone you jumped into a volcano, probably gonna get some pretty impressed looks. So just a tip for the future. But we have jumped into a volcano, and now we are just looking for a way to get to the bottom of this volcano, which generally isn't a good idea, but in this case it is. So that's what we're gonna do. Right now we're looking for Princess Peach, who has been kidnapped by Bowser, and as you saw at the end of the last episode, Bowser had a bit of a surprise meeting with his younger counterpart, and that will become pretty well, I wouldn't say pretty important, but somewhat important. Oh, more coins. Yeah, we need those. But, that will become of, somewhat importance when we get to the bottom of the volcano, and it will lead to one of the more, interesting boss fights of the game, and one of the overall more interesting concepts of this game, where, the whole time thing isn't really utilized all that much. But in this case, it is, and it's actually kind of interesting, so I'm pretty excited for that. This Thwomp Bros minigame arcade. Thwomp? What you mean? You think I alone? Throng. My voice is getting so tired of all these crazy-ass voices between Bowser and this guy. Still haven't decided on my final Bowser voice that I'm going to use in Bowser's Inside Story, because that's going to become pretty important in the next game, because he talks a lot, of course, being pretty much one of the main characters, if not the main character. But this is what I was talking about when I said there's a way to get infinite beans, and normally I would do this until I had a lot of beans, but since I lost all of my beans because I had to use a different file, because the whole lost my save file thing, I just got completely discouraged, and I'm not gonna grind for any more beans. I've completely lost all hope of getting beans, and I just, you know, used that cheat thing to get the ulti free badge, which I haven't equipped yet, and I'm not going to equip until I actually show off the bean badge shop or whatever. So it's gonna be as fair as possible, and we'll just pretend that I grinded here for 90 beans, which I would normally do, and it wouldn't usually take that long, because if you get 3 stars in a row on this roulette, which isn't too hard to do, you will get a bean, and for each diamond you get in the previous part, you'll get a spin at the roulette. And not only that, but you can also play for free as much as you want with a slower roulette, as long as you continue to choose help and play, as opposed to paying like 200 coins. And I'm kind of done with this. I don't want to sit here and do it. I'm really not all that interested. But I think there are also like coin rewards and such for getting either 3 mushrooms or 3 fire flowers. Not really sure about that. But I know this is certainly the best place to grind for beans. So you see, oh, it's 100 coins per game, but if you go to help and play, you can do that as many times as you want. You can play for free, and you'll have a slower roulette, and overall an easier time. So that's how to get infinite beans. It's a very cool trick. It's a little tedious, but if you don't want to go and hunt for beans, then this is a bit of a quicker way. There's one right there. I'm probably going to stop bothering with them, though, and just kind of like point out, oh, there's a bean there. And that'll be pretty much the extent of it. Because, like I said, I'm kind of disheartened at this point. I only have 10 beans. I'm not going to get to 90. And I'm not gonna even try to get up to 90. Like, fuck that. And as you can see, the ulti free badge. And I'm only gonna equip one of them. And I'm only gonna do it once I show off the bean, the badge bean shop, whatever it's called. So, again, I'm not gonna abuse the fact that I have, pretty much, I'm using cheats at this point, pretty much, to emulate what my game would be like if I hadn't had to have used a different file. Same thing with my coins. I'm not gonna go on a spending spree just because I have fucking 999,999. I don't have that many because I run away a bunch of times, and I've I don't know, I guess spent them on some things, and I tried to get rid of them actually with the debug menu thing, but it didn't quite work out very well. But I'm not gonna go on a big spending spree. I'm just gonna kind of buy what I normally would. And I mean, I would have a pretty decent amount of coins at this point anyway. Especially if you like fight all the enemies, and if you're getting all those, if you're going down all those like pipes and shit, there's plenty of 100 coin blocks down there if you care to explore a little bit and fight some enemies. That's a little shortcut to get back to the top. There are a lot of shortcuts to get back to the top, or to get from the top to any floor in the whole volcano quickly. And I don't know why, because you'll never ever come back here, ever. Unless to grind for beans. That would only be on the first floor. So I don't know why, but they decided to do that. But they did. And this thwomp will serve as basically our elevator to get to the bottom floors. And this place looks pretty big, but it's really not so overwhelming. In fact, I think we just dealt with the longest segment. There really isn't that much. Most of this... Oh, there we go. There's lava. No, it's not even lava. It's like, yeah, well, first of all, we need to do this. But, they're like really hot thwomps lined up in like a giant grid. That sucks. That's a terrible job. Being heated up and lined up and just forced to sit in place in hopes that someone will fall on you and burn their ass. Bowser really is... Wait, no. I was gonna say Bowser's an asshole, but Bowser is not responsible for this because Bowser hasn't taken this place over yet. And apparently he never succeeds because adult Bowser wants to make it his hideout. And if he had already made it his hideout, he wouldn't want to make it his hideout. But then again, I wouldn't think about that shit too much, because you need to really have like a suspension of disbelief, I think it's called. Just put aside all of the ridiculous paradoxes and shit. But I mean, it's a fucking Mario game, so no one's gonna think about it too much. But there has been some pretty ridiculous stuff to happen so far. So, another reused puzzle, of course. And there are going to be plenty more reused puzzles as we get to one of the final areas of the game. I think it's like Star Hill or something like that. That place has quite a few recycled puzzles, which gets really annoying. I don't know who worked on this game, but apparently he wasn't feeling very creative. Well, I'm sure it's not attributed to one person. And as much as I'd like to attribute it to Miyamoto, I don't think even Miyamoto sucks this much cock. Well, I mean, he does suck a lot of cock, but not this kind of cock. So, in retrospect, this is not a terribly diverse game at all, or varied in its puzzles. It's really a lot of the same thing over and over again. I mean, you don't have to worry about learning new moves and then never using them again. Like in Zelda, sometimes you'll get like a new item or something and you'll never ever use it again after the dungeon that you use it in or you get it in. But in this game, you never really have to worry about that because you'll use everything over and over again. But I think that was just a shortcut back up here. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's a very good shortcut that we totally needed. Thank you for that shortcut. And looks like there's another one down there if you look at the map up top. Don't know why they decided to include so many shortcuts, but they did. Now I'm just kind of trying to figure out where I need to go. Alright, I'm going to look over here now. Oh, there we go. A rose block. That's what I was looking for. Because a rule of thumb is just never go off on your own in this game. Especially if you're the babies. You'll regret it. It just seems so much easier to die in this game. Probably because you have 4 people as opposed to 2. So they're a little more merciless than they normally would be. So just avoid being off on your own. And now we can go down a level. Thwomp! Blocking, yeah, whatever. Alright, we're gonna move on. And not read that. So as you can see, there's really not gonna be a lot more work ahead of us because we have these 2 blocks right in a row, and then as you can see, the bottom floor is right there. And I think there's literally just a mini game for this one part, and then the next floor, I don't even think there's a puzzle. I think there's literally just the blue block that deactivates the big blue block right there in front of you. You'll see. I don't know. It's stupid. I don't know why they decided to do that, but they did. Watch it. Old man Watch It has been reincarnated into a Thwomp, and he is now in this volcano guarding this block. How incredible. You think I'm in volcano with time on hands? You see hands? No. I bored. We play game. Thwomp knew it. See, this Thwomp knows how to run a business. Rules easy. Lots of gems up ahead. Get more than 30. Got it? Good. Go. I like this Thwomp. This Thwomp knows what's up. He keeps things brief. He's Old Man Watch It, reincarnated in Thwomp form. There's just nothing not to love about that Thwomp. You know what? That Thwomp may just be my favorite NPC in this whole fucking game. I don't even think there really are that many NPCs in this game. Actually, Thwomp might be if he's considered an NPC. I don't know. He does make a very brief appearance though, and you'll see him sometime soon. And if you don't, if you can't get enough of him in this game, you'll of course see him a bit more in the next game where he takes a role as like the big main villain. And Thwomp has always been like probably my favorite character in the whole Mario and Luigi series because nothing he says ever makes sense, and I don't know, he's just pretty awesome, and he gives these games a large part of their humor. So I am indeed a big Thwomp fan. That's all there is for this floor. Now we're gonna go down, and this floor, oh my god, it took me like 6 years to figure this out. Holy shit, this is a tough ass puzzle right here. I don't think I could do it. Oh my god, I read the guidebook. I read all the walkthroughs online. None of them said anything about this. They all literally stopped at the same spot, and that's this part, because no one has ever figured this out before. But what you gotta do, hit that blue block, and you're good. So, I'll see you next time. I'm Shouty Productions. Thank you very much for watching.